Hello guys, welcome back to the quantity surveying workshop and to another video. In today's video we are going to be treating the measurement of skirtings. Now what are skirtings? Skirtings are those line of tile work that are done just at the edge of a wall. So maybe you might be staying at home. I'm sure there will be a skirting around where you are. Just look at the side of the wall, just at the ground level. You will see something like tiles that they used to start the edge, that they used to start the edge of the wall. Those are what they call skirtings. So we are going to be learning how to measure for what the skirtings. In our builders and engineers standard method of measurement, it's stated that the skirtings are measured as linear meter. So since they are measured in linear meter, it's very easy to calculate. So let's go right into the video. Now in this operation we are going to be using, since we don't have the elevation and some sections of the building, we are going to be using observations that we've derived from other buildings to determine where our skirtings are going to be placed in this building or in this plan. That is why it is important that as a quantity surveyor or as a quantity surveying student, you are expected to be very observant to buildings. So whatever building construction is being carried out, whatever building you are looking at, you are expected to be observant to sites and different things that occur or that have been done in the building. So from what we've been doing since, we are going to stand on the basis that the guest toilets, everything was tiled, so there will not be need for anything like skirting at the toilets since they are already tiled. So in the porch rather, we are going to assuming that there is a skirting, or there are skirtings at the porch, because most of the times once you are getting into a building, you would see skirtings just at the entrance, at the porch area. There are going to be skirtings there. So externally there would be no skirting. Skirtings are not found externally of the building. Skirtings are more like design, so it is not really important because there's going to be more aesthetics at the external side of the building, so there is no need for skirting. So mainly internally, that is where you are going to be finding your skirting. So the porch is going to have skirting, the sitting room, guest toilet, passage, dining room, that whole area is going to have skirting. The bedrooms too would have skirting. The closets would have skirting. The master's bedroom will have skirting, and also the kitchen. So when calculating, we'll start with you can start with any parts that you feel is better for you, but in this video I started with the porch. So now how do we calculate the skirtings for the porch? Now if you look at this drawing, there is an opening at this area where you would enter, right? So now the skirting would be lined just at the internal side of this porch area, including this wall thickness. So you know that just under this beam there is a wall that you are going to be seeing at this side here. That is the thickness of this wall. There's going to be skirting lined at that area. The skirting does not end the skirting does not end here. It ends at this side. So we're going to be lining skirting throughout this perimeter, from here to here, from here to here, and then from here down to this end. That is where our skirting is going to be lined. So how do we calculate for this? Now we know that from here to here is 5,525. Then from here to here is 1,200. From here to here is 1,200. Then we're going to be adding this wall thickness on both sides. That's from here and from here. So that's what I did. 5,525, 1,200, 1,200. 225, that's the wall thickness, and then 225. Everything gave me what? 8,300 and what? 75. And then I booked a meters 8.38. Now I made it a poll where I asked if you wanted me to add the squaring column. So this is, and majority said that I should add the squaring column, so I'm going to be starting it henceforth in this video. So when you book this booking is for this, that's the dimension, that is what we booked here in linear meter. So I brought it outside as to the squaring column because we're going to be doing some additional arithmetics, which is minus, you know, we've put deduct here. So we're going to be bringing this out 8.38. We brought it out to the squaring column. So now we're going to be saying what? Deduct. Now what are we going to be deducting? Now if you notice, we said that the porch, I said the porch is going to have skirting in this manner, like this, and like this. So it means that we assumed that this door, under the door, has been what? Lined with what? Skirting, but it is not supposed to be so. So we have to what? Deduct the width of this door. So we need to know what is the width of this door and then deduct it, so that it would feel, or it would be like the skirting doesn't cover this entrance door. So now the dimension of our door is what? 1,200. So I brought it out to the what? To the dimension column like we normally do, and then since it is only one door, I brought it outside to the squaring column, and then we deduct. So since this is the perimeter we have, which is assumed that everywhere is covered including under the door, then we are going to be deducting what? The width of what? The door, which is what? 1,200. After we now deduct 1,200 from this 7.18 is what? The length of the skirting we are going to be using for what? The porch. This would be the actual length you are going to be using for the porch. So this is what you are going to be carrying to your what? Abstract, before you now do your what? Estimation. I hope you are understanding the check. So now the next thing we are going to be doing is what? The kitchen. Now we're going to be assuming that the skirting goes round this kitchen, also covering the what? Door. So now we need to find what's the perimeter of what? This kitchen. So to find the perimeter of this kitchen, we know that the length is what? 3,300. Then the other length, the other side is 3,300. Then the width 3,000 by what? The other side 3,000, and everything will give me what? 12,600. So it means that the perimeter of this kitchen round is what? 12,600. So what did I do? I booked it at the dimensioning column. So after I booked it at the dimensioning column, I brought it out to what? The squaring column. So now the next thing we're going to be doing is what? Deducting. So now we are going to be deducting what can we find here? Dot 2. We will be deducting dot 2. There's only one dot 2 at this area. So what do we do? What's the length of dot 2? 0.90. I brought it to the what? Dimensioning column and brought it outside to the squaring column. So now we have an operation here, which is what? Deduct. So we're going to be minusing 0.90 from 12.60, and that gives us what? 11.70. This is the actual length of, or this is the actual span that skirting is going to be covered in this kitchen. So it means that the skirting is going to start from here, go around the building, and end at the other side of the door. That is what this means. Now maybe you might be asking yourself, why did we not add the windows? Because they are openings. We didn't add the window because the window does not extend to the point where the skirting is placed. So the window does not have anything to do what? With the skirting, only except the door or any beam opening or opening at all. So now doing that, we booked for what? The kitchen. The next thing we're going to be booking for is what? The master's bedroom. So now if you look at this, the master's bedroom, which is this, we need to find what the perimeter internally of the master's bedroom. So we know that the length is 4,400 and the width is what, 3,600. So we have to find for the perimeter 4,400 by what, 4,400, that's for two sides. 3,600 by what, 3,600, that's for two sides. Everything gave me what, 16,000, meaning that the master's bedroom, the total perimeter is what, 16,000. So we are going to be what, deducting what and what can you find inside of this master's bedroom. You can see that you can see a what, a dot 2 at this side. You can see another dot 2 at this side. So it means that we need to deduct 2 dot 2s from the master's bedroom. So deduct what, dot 2, 0.90, that is the dimension, by what, 2. So this by 2 means that we'll times it by 2. And what do we have when you times 2 by 0.90? We have 1.80. So we now deduct 1.80 from what, the total perimeter, which will give me what, 14.20. So this is the actual span of the master's bedroom that we are going to be what, placing our what, skirting. So the next thing we're going to be booking for is what, the closet. The closet. So now if you look at this drawing, you can see that this is where the closet is. So we have to do the same thing, find the perimeter of the closet. We know that the length is 2,000 by what, 1,725. So we'll book the perimeter. 2,000 by 2,000, that's for the two sides. 1,725 by 1,725, that's for the two sides, is to give me what, 7,450. It means that the total perimeter of the closet is what, 7,450. So I would what, book 7,450, that's in meters. Then I brought it out to the squaring column because we have an arithmetic to do. So the next thing we're going to be doing now is to deduct. Now what and what can we see at the closet? We can see one door 2 here. That's when we're inside. You will see one dot 2 here and you see another what, dot 2 here. So we have to what, deduct them. So the length, the dimension of our dot 2 is what, 0.90. So we times it by what, 2. When we times it by 2, we'll get 1.80. So 1.80 minus it from the total perimeter of the closet, which is 7.45, and that will give me what, 5.65. This is the span of the closet that we're going to be placing on our what, skirting. Now the next is what, bedroom 1 and what, bedroom 2. Now we are putting bedroom 1 and 2 together because if you notice, the same thing we have at bedroom 1 is the same thing we have in bedroom 2. For what I mean is this: the length is 3,600, the width 3,200 for bedroom 2, and the same thing applies towards bedroom 1. 3,200 by what, 3,600, that is 1. How many doors can we find in door 1 and door 2? One door each. So it means that we can put them what, together. So what I did now was that I found the perimeter of one of them. So I used bedroom, any of them, you can use any of them. So I used bedroom 2. I found the perimeter of what, bedroom 2, which is what, 3,600 in 2 places, 3,200 in 2 places, and that will give me 13,600. So I booked it 13,600. So since we're booking for bedroom 1 and 2, we times it by what, 2, and that gave me what, 27.20. So we're going to be deducting the openings we see at bedroom 1 and 2. So we have one door 1 here, that's when we're inside. We have one door 1 here, one door 2 here, and we have another what, door 2 here. So we're going to be what, deducting them. So the length of our door 2 is 0.90. We times it by 2, it will give me what, 1.80. Now we deduct 1.80 from 27.20, and that will give me what, 25.40. So this is the span that we're going to be placing skirting for both bedroom 1 and what bedroom 2. So what this means is that 25.40 divided by 2 will give me what 12.70. So it means that bedroom 1 would have a span of what 12.70, and bedroom 2 we have a span of what 12.70. So that's just the thing about measurement. It's just simple arithmetic. Now we go to what lobby. Now if you look at this lobby, the lobby is similar to what we had at the porch. Now we are going to be the skirting is going to start from here. Mind you, this is an opening, this is a beam opening, so the skirting is going to start from here down to this end, down to this end, and then back towards where this wall is starting from. So now how do you go about the calculation? You know that the dimension from here to this end is 4,400, and the dimension from here to here is the summation of what 1,200, 225, and then 1,200, and that will give me what 2,625. So it means that from here to here is 2,625. Then to find the perimeter, we need to add from here to here, here to here, and then here to here together. So now what did I do? I did this, I broke it down further. 4,400, which is the length. 4,400, that's the length on both sides. Then the width 1,200 on both sides. This 225 here is this 225 at the center of the two toilets. That's this 225 here. So this space here is the 225 I'm talking about. Then these two 225s here would be for what this wall thickness here and what here. So it's going to take me round this entire area. So and what I got was what 11,875. So 11,875, I brought it to my dimension column, that's 11.88. Then I brought it out to the squaring column. Then we are going to be what deducting. So what are we going to be deducting at the lobby area? When inside the lobby we are seeing what a dot 2 here, another dot 2 here making it 2, another one here making it 3, another one here making it 4, another one here making it what 5. So 5 doors at what the lobby. So what's the dimension of our door? 0.90. The dimension of our door is what 0.90, and when we times it by what 5, because of there are 5 doors at that lobby area, and it will give me what 4.50. So we minus 4.50 from 11.88, which is the total perimeter, and it will give me what 7.38. This 7.38 is the total span we are going to be placing skirting on that lobby area. Now the next thing we're going to be doing for is what the dining, sitting room, and guest toilet passage. Now if you look at this is not a, like I said in the previous video, this is not a definite shape, just like we have here. I know in one of the videos I brought it out. So just like we have here, so we're going to be taking it as what 1. So we need to find for the perimeter of this indefinite what shape. So now to find the perimeter of this indefinite shape, all we need to do is to find the length from here to here, 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 and then here to here, and then back to the beginning, here to here, and then add everything together. That will give us what the perimeter for this shape. So now how do we go about that? The dimension after calculating it from this end to the end of the sitting room gave me what 8,850. give me 8,850. So this is 8,850. Then from here to here gave me 4,200, and that is what I have here. 4,200. This 225 is from this thickness here. From this 225, this thickness here, and then 1,200 is for this side. That's from here to here. This will give me the total of this area, or of this length rather, here. So now, so 225, 1,200. So this 225 here is this 225 at this side. Then I now added 3,000, which is this 3,000. Then after doing this, I've done for the what, two lengths. That's for the two lengths, that's two sides. And then we will now go for what, the width. We'll add from here to here, which is what, 5,525. And then we'll add from here to here, which is 2,500. And then we'll add this thickness, which is what, 225. And that is what I did here. 5,525, 2,500, 225. Then we go to the next one, which is what, this side. So here to here is what, 800 after calculating. So we've done this in previous videos, so there's no need. Let me just be fast and move. How I thought how we calculated this in the previous videos. So here is 800, and then from here to here is 2,000. So that is what I have here, 800, 2,000, and getting everything, the total is 28,750. Mind you, you can use any approach provided you are calculating perimeter. Just make sure it is right. That is the end point. What I did was that I did for all the lengths first before I started taking for what, the width. You can be taking the measurement as you go. Do you understand? Like for example, you can be taking the measurement from here to here, then you add from here to here, then you add from here to here, from here to here. Do you understand? So it depends. Measurement is about approach. As far as you know the idea and the fundamentals, you can use different approaches. So now I got 28,750. I converted it to meters. That's 28.75. I brought it out. So we are going to be deducting what we need to be deducting in this indefinite shape. So inside we have what, a door one. Here we have this beam opening. Since we took this length straight, so we have to deduct this opening. That's from here to here. We have a door two here, we have another door two here, and we have another door two here. So how many door twos? 1, 2, 3. How many door one? 1, and 1 beam opening. So the door one is what, 1,200, because it is only one. This is the dimension, 1,200. Door two is 0.90, so we times it by what, 3, because there are 3 door twos in this plan. And then the beam opening is 2.63. That is the dimension of the beam opening. So we have to deduct these three figures, 1, 2, 3, from the total perimeter, which is 28.75, and that gave us what, 22.22. So this is the span of the skirting we are going to be placing on this indefinite shape. So doing that, we've booked forward all the skirtings inside of this building. So the next thing we're going to be doing is what, to describe. So now describing, all you just need to do now is to describe the operation. So as you know, measurements, you are just measuring the materials you're going to be needing for this plan. So to describe, you just need to state the description. And the thickness of, like I said, you have to screed before you what place your skirting. So now the thickness of the screeding is what 12 mm, so which is backing. So you have to back before you now what place your skirting. So 12 mm thick screeded backing to receive skirting, 100 mm high, and then you do your handing on because the two operations come together. So 100 mm high, that is the height of the skirting. It is stated in the BSMM that you state the average height. So now the height is 100 mm, and then the marble tile skirting, that is the description of the type of tiling you are going to be using for your skirting. Doing this, you booked for your skirting. And then we've come to the end of the video for measurement of finishes. Then we are going to be moving towards the roof. I've been seeing a lot of comments concerning the roof, concerning staircase, and concerning I think frame structures, that's beam and columns. We are going to be working on it as soon as possible. I was writing my examination, so I just recently finished, so I'm going to be working on those videos as soon as possible. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel to watch more educative content, and we'll see you in the next.